It all begins with Lucas, a lonely and hungry boy living in a cruel world split into two kingdoms. Above him is the floating kingdom, where royal blood decides your value. And below him is the dark kingdom, where monsters, fear, and death walk through every corner. Lucas has no royal family, no special power, and no one waiting to save him. But even then, he protects his poor village like a nobody carrying the duty of a king. Every day he fights with nothing but courage, hoping he can keep the people around him alive for just one more sunrise. But one night, that small hope is crushed when monsters attack his village and turn everything into a massacre. The children he tries to protect die right in front of him, and Lucas is left broken among the ruins, holding a pain no child should ever carry. Just when that grief is about to swallow him completely, a dying old warrior named Sobi gives him a mysterious black sword and reveals a truth that changes his fate forever. From that moment on, Lucas has only one goal: to become the King of Darkness. Long ago, high above the world, there was a kingdom floating in the sky, ruled by a white cat queen with a round face and deep blue eyes, while far below, a poor black cat loved her from a distance. And from that impossible love, the real story slowly begins. A powerful moon warrior with white wings appears, staring into the sky as if she can hear something no one else can, and she quietly says the sky itself is hurting. At the edge of the kingdom, a small village is drowning in fear because wild monsters shaped like rabid dogs are attacking everything in sight. The soldiers try to protect the people, yet the beasts tear through them without mercy, while the little children run away with Lucas staying close, fighting with whatever strength his body still has. Then a giant worm-like monster crawls out in front of them, disgusting, huge, and terrifying. Lucas tries to stop it, but the creature is far stronger than him, and in one cruel moment, it eats the children like they are nothing. Lucas manages to save one little girl for a few seconds, holding her tightly and trying to carry her away, but her body is already giving up. She dies in his arms, and that single moment breaks something deep inside him. He cries like a helpless child, not because he is weak, but because he knows he failed the people who trusted him. Carrying the dead girl, he returns to the village, only to find the whole place destroyed. No villagers, no soldiers, no crying, no footsteps, not even the sound of life left in the streets. Everyone has been killed by those monsters, and Lucas starts digging graves alone because he cannot leave them lying there like forgotten bodies. While he is digging, an old warrior appears and notices that Lucas has not eaten for a long time. This old man is Sobi, and when he sees the huge grave Lucas is digging, he asks where the nearby village went. Lucas tells him the village is gone, its people are dead, and he is digging so he can bury them all properly. Sobi gives him bread and Lucas eats it fast, like someone who has been starving for days. Sobi asks for his name, but Lucas only says, "Call me whatever you want." Everyone used to do that anyway. Then Lucas asks why the King of Darkness lets monsters destroy villages like this, why he does not protect people and let them live happily. Sobi says the king probably cares about other things, then asks if Lucas is really planning to keep digging forever. Lucas says there is still too much left to do, but instead of letting him sink deeper into grief, Sobi throws a sword toward him and says he will teach him how to become strong. Lucas picks up the sword and Sobi attacks him without warning, forcing him to defend himself while telling him that if he wants to protect people, crying will never be enough. Lucas asks if killing one person to save many is really something someone can decide so easily, and Sobi says yes, because sometimes that is the cleanest choice. Those words burn inside Lucas, and he rushes toward Sobi, demanding to know who he is to say something like that. Sobi admits he is only a fool who once tried to become king and failed, but someone with Lucas's heart should at least try. That is the moment Lucas makes his first real decision. He says he will become king himself. They fight until Lucas knocks the sword out of Sobi's hand, and Sobi is stunned by how naturally he moves. He tells Lucas that he once fought the current King of Darkness, then orders him to take the sword and go to the capital, because whoever carries this blade is recognized as the head of Sobi's family. Lucas must announce himself as the Prince of Darkness and the heir of the Dark King. It sounds almost too strange to be real, as if the world is suddenly pushing him toward a throne he never asked for, but Sobi also tells him to find a knight named Fallow. After that, Sobi dies, and Lucas is left standing there with the sword as a strange light begins to shine around him. From there, we learn that this world is called Zero, and it is divided into two great realms, the Sky Kingdom and the Earth Kingdom, or more clearly, the Kingdom of Light and the Kingdom of Darkness. In the Sky Kingdom, the girl from the beginning is revealed as Queen Aerie, the ruler of the sky, and she is using magic to fight a dark cloud that keeps giving birth to monsters. Her soldiers use light stones to gain power and push back the darkness. But even at night, Eri sits with worry in her heart because they barely survived the last attack, and each time the darkness returns, it becomes harder to stop. Meanwhile, Lucas reaches the capital with Sobi's sword. A man notices the blade and asks where he got it from, but Lucas avoids the question and asks where Sobi's palace is. The man calls him a thief, attacks him, and demands that he return his master's sword. Lucas asks if he is Fallow, and the man freezes, shocked that Lucas knows his name. Lucas explains everything that happened, and after hearing the full story, Fallow accepts him as the new master of the family and tells him to come see his palace. Just like that, the starving child who was digging graves becomes the owner of a palace, but this new life already feels heavier than it looks. At the same time, in the Sky Kingdom, Eri is talking warmly with her assistant Shima when a soldier rushes in and reports that the monster Baal is attacking the western capital. Eri immediately orders Shima and Feo to prepare the soldiers. Baal is no normal monster. He wears golden armor and destroys deserts and soldiers as if they are tiny insects under his feet. The fairy leader, Alan, tries fighting him with lightning, water, and fire, but nothing works. Alan even traps him inside a lightning prison, yet Baal breaks it with one hand and releases a terrifying attack from his mouth that wipes out everything in its path. Alan is about to be finished, but Eri arrives at the final moment and saves him. She fights Baal herself, though his body is so powerful that even her magic cannot leave a scratch. The Dark Soldiers stop Feo and the others from helping, but Feo defeats them and clears the way. Eri casts a spell that fires a red beam like burning flame, yet Baal blocks it with one hand. She tries to use the rune stones to summon stronger magic, but stops before draining all their power because the kingdom would be left defenseless. Baal leaves, not because he is scared, but because he is bored. No one there is strong enough to make the fight exciting for him. After he disappears, Eri uses her healing power to treat the injured soldiers and civilians, while Shima tells her that Dark Soldiers attacked them too, and some humans were mixed among them. In the Dark Kingdom, the leader of the monsters meets the Dark King and complains that monster followers should not be sacrificed so carelessly. The Dark King releases a terrifying aura and kills him instantly. Fallow tells the king there was no need for him to do it personally because someone that low did not deserve his hand, and Fallow could have handled it himself. The Dark King asks why the Sky Kingdom is still standing and says he will not rest until darkness swallows everything. He orders Fallow to turn the entire Sky Kingdom into darkness. Later, Fallow meets Lucas and asks where he has been. Lucas says he serves the King of Darkness and wants to learn how to use the sword. Fallow gives him books first and tells him that if he wants to rule, he must understand how a kingdom works, not just how to swing a weapon. Then he trains Lucas with the sword and quickly realizes that the boy is growing at a frightening speed. Soon, he even gives Lucas Sobi's old clothes. Somewhere outside, a girl named Groz, one of the candidates to become the next Dark King, is traveling with her soldiers when dark monsters attack them. Her guards try to protect her and tell her to step back, but she ignores them and kills the monsters herself. One creature survives and attacks from behind, but Lucas appears in an instant and cuts it down with a single strike. Groz is impressed, so she takes him to a restaurant for dinner and asks what he is doing there. Lucas says he is also one of the candidates to inherit the throne of darkness. She notices his sword and asks where he got such a beautiful weapon, but Lucas stays silent. A red-haired boy sitting at the bar speaks up and says that blade is the great black sword. In the Sky Kingdom, Eri keeps thinking about the destruction Baal caused, and Shima enters to tell her she is going to supervise the repairs in the western capital. Then the story moves back to the time before Eri became queen, when she and Shima were both candidates for the throne. Eri invited Shima to dinner with her younger brother Teo and her older brother Fio, who later became captain of the guards. After dinner, Eri heard a voice telling her that the true queen must protect the balance between light and darkness, and from that day, she promised herself she would protect that balance no matter how heavy the cost became. In the Dark Kingdom, the day arrives to choose the next heir. Groz gathers 6 candidates and announces that whoever wins will receive the greatest sword of darkness, while she will personally supervise the trial. The first challenge is simple but brutal. Fight dark monsters until only 2 candidates remain. The battle begins and one candidate uses a fire spell, but the monsters do not even slow down. Lucas saves her, shocking everyone, and after he defeats the monsters, an even larger beast appears, stronger than everything before it. Most of the candidates panic, and when the monster grabs one of them and nearly crushes him, Lucas saves him too and kills the creature. Only 2 real candidates remain, Lucas and the red-haired boy from the bar. But one defeated candidate had only been pretending to be dead, and he suddenly suddenly rises to assassinate Lucas. The red-haired boy saves him. Lucas asks why he helped, and the boy replies that Lucas had done the same thing earlier. Then he says he does not want a weak opponent, which is why he saved him. He warns Lucas that anyone who wants to become King of Darkness must abandon others and never depend on help. Lucas answers that if this is what a Dark King is supposed to be, then he will change what that title means. Their duel begins, and their strength is almost equal. After a long fight, Lucas knocks the red-haired boy's sword away and places his own blade at his neck, but refuses to kill him. The boy asks why Lucas is sparing him, and Lucas says he wants to change the world and make people happy. The red-haired boy grabs his sword and attacks again, but Lucas defeats him a second time, and this time the boy accepts defeat. Graz announces Lucas as the Prince of Darkness and the first candidate for the throne, then gives him the greatest sword of darkness. After the competition, Lucas and Graz go to tell Fallow about the victory, while the red-haired boy follows them and introduces himself as Adele. He asks Lucas for his name, but Lucas does not answer. Fallow appears on the path, and Adele greets him as the Knight of Darkness. Fallow looks at Lucas and says his face already tells him the result, then gives him an important letter that must be delivered to the Sky Kingdom. Lucas takes the letter and looks up at the sky for a long time. Adele asks what he is thinking, and Lucas says he is wondering what he must do to truly become the King of Darkness. Meanwhile, Feo tells Eri that a message has arrived from the Kingdom of Darkness. Graz takes Lucas and Adele on a magic ship, and they travel toward the Kingdom of Light. Graz warns Lucas that he is only there as a messenger, and the two kingdoms are still enemies. Adele tells Lucas that he is terrible at speaking and might get them killed, so if anything goes wrong, Adele will act as the real messenger while Lucas pretends to be his personal guard. When they arrive in the Kingdom of Light, Feo meets them with his sword drawn and asks if they are messengers from the Kingdom of Darkness. Adele shows him the letter and tells him to lower his weapon because they did not come to start trouble. Feo says they are enemies and dark monsters always attack them. Adele replies that they did not come by choice, but because the king sent them, and they do not agree with everything the king is doing either. He says that if both kingdoms join forces, they can defeat the true threat and live in peace. Feo takes them to Eri and orders the guards to take their swords. He asks when they will leave, and Adele says they will go today if the talks finish. When they stand before Eri, she looks at Lucas in a strange way, then says she has read their king's letter. She explains that the relationship between the two kingdoms is already broken, and if this continues, one kingdom may be destroyed, which will shatter the balance between light and darkness. Adele agrees, but says they came for a different reason. They want an alliance to defeat Baal, because he is destroying both kingdoms. Eri says that after Baal is gone, the Dark King might simply attack them again. Lucas cuts in and says only the current Dark King is targeting them. Adele adds that the current king plans to retire and hand the throne to his heir. Eri says she will think about it. Feo takes them to their rooms, and Lucas asks about Eri's personality. Feo gets angry and warns him to watch his words because not everyone has the right to speak so casually about their queen. Adele quickly apologizes for Lucas and says he did not mean anything. When Feo leaves, Adele scolds Lucas and says the people of light are sensitive, proud, and always believe they are right, and Lucas made too many mistakes in one day. Lucas only says that Eri feels different from everyone else in the Kingdom of Light. Later, he walks through the palace and finds Eri sitting alone in the garden. He stops at a distance and watches her quietly, unable to look away. The next morning, they stand before Eri again, and she asks Lucas what the people of darkness truly feel. Lucas tells her that every time Baal appears, he kills many people and puts the rest in danger, and this alliance could save lives on both sides. Eri accepts and says they will stand together against Baal. The next day, Feo is beside the queen's throne when Shima enters and asks where Eri is. He tells her Eri has gone to defeat Baal with the messengers from the Dark Kingdom because they seem like good people, and Shima should meet them herself before judging them. In the Earth Kingdom, Baal attacks again, but this time Fallow flies into the air using dark energy and faces him directly. He tells Baal he will defeat him and will not allow him to take even one step into the Earth Kingdom. Fallow uses a fire spell, but Baal blocks it with one hand and destroys many soldiers with a single hit from the other. Fallow is shaken and cannot understand how to handle him. Graz uses that opening and orders her soldiers to attack with arrows and catapults, but none of it affects Baal. He charges toward Graz and she uses lightning magic against him, but that also fails. Baal becomes irritated by the soldiers on the wall, destroys the entire wall, and wipes out the defenders. Elite soldiers surround him and begin a combined sealing healing spell, but he defeats them before they can finish. Graz uses that brief chance to trap him inside a dark energy prison, and Fallow joins her with their strongest combined attack, creating a huge explosion. Graz thinks they have finally finished him, but her expression changes when Bal walks out completely unharmed. He releases a powerful light attack that freezes both Graz and Fallow, leaving them unable to move. Just as he is about to strike them down, the Dark King appears and saves them at the last second. He tells Bal that from this day onward, his name will be the World of Selfishness, because no other name suits him better. Their battle begins, but Bal blocks every move from the Dark King and appears even stronger than him. Bal prepares his strongest technique to finish everything, but at that exact moment, Eri enters the battlefield and binds him with chains of light. The Dark King uses that chance and creates the strongest seal, a terrifying prison called the Dark Prison Tartarus. Eri looks at the Dark King, and without saying a single word, she walks away. That silent moment becomes their first meeting. After the battle, Fallow gives Graz a letter and tells her she must deliver it to the Sky Kingdom, because now that Bal has been sealed, the alliance has finally succeeded. And Graz begins saying that this is happening because she will finally meet the Prince of Darkness. And in the Sky Kingdom, Shima goes to meet the messengers and thanks Adele for helping them defeat Bal. But in that same moment, Lucas sees Eri entering the kingdom. He leaves everyone behind and runs toward her, so the others are surprised and ask where he is going. But of course he does not answer because Lucas has his own silent charisma. He reaches Eri, but before he can properly speak, she becomes weak and faints. Eri tells him that she has fulfilled the conditions of their alliance, and soon Shima, Fayo, and Graz arrive, all deeply worried about her. They quickly learn that she is safe and only exhausted because she used too much of the runestone's power, so they decide to take her back to the palace so she can rest. Shima begins using a strong healing spell to treat Eri, then tells Fayo to go and inform the messengers about the result of the battle. Fayo goes to the guest room, asks permission after already entering, and Lucas looks at him like, "You are already inside, so why are you asking now?" Adele then tells Lucas that he likes Shima, the queen's assistant, and Lucas also likes Queen Eri, so both of them should help each other. Lucas instantly denies it and says there is nothing like that, but Fayo cuts in and asks what they are talking about. Lucas asks about Eri's condition, but Fayo gets angry and says it is none of his business. Then he tells them that they have fulfilled the alliance conditions now that Bal has been defeated. Adele tells Lucas that their mission is finished, so they should say goodbye to Eri and return to the Earth Kingdom. When they go to say farewell, Lucas thanks Eri for accepting the alliance, and she tells him that protecting lives and keeping balance is her duty, and that is why she helped them. Right then, news arrives that another messenger has come from the Earth Kingdom, and Graz enters, greets the queen respectfully, and hands her a letter, saying she must read it. After Eri opens the letter and reads it, her expression changes, and she tells everyone that the Dark King has requested an extension of the truce until the damage caused by Bal is repaired. After that, Eri takes them around her kingdom. While they are walking, they see Teo, Shima's younger brother, healing injured skybirds. Fayo reacts and says, "Didn't you say you would join me and become a knight? There is no need for you to learn healing magic." Teo explains that his sister Shima taught him healing magic, then says he will not join the knights because if he does, Fayo's rank as vice captain will drop, since Teo will become much stronger than him. Shima then comments on the messenger's clothes and says they always wear black, so Graz answers, "And you people always wear white." This turns into a small friendly moment, and they all agree to exchange clothes with each other. Fayo and Adele change clothes. After that, everyone sits together to eat, but the people from the Dark Kingdom do not like the food at all because it has a little too much salt and spice. But the Prince of Darkness mixes both dishes kept there and starts eating them, and he actually likes the taste a lot. After seeing him, everyone else starts doing the same. Then we see the night scene where Grotza is explaining to the Prince of Darkness that they should return now because if he stays here for too long, his health might get worse. But he wants to stay here for a few more days. Then we see Queen Iris, who goes to her bed to sleep, and while remembering something, she smiles quietly to herself. After that, we see a forest scene where everyone has come to search for wild plants. Iris explains that these plants are best harvested early in the morning. Then everyone reaches the middle of the forest, and Queen Iris says that many plants grow in this place. Fios says, "Then let's begin," and they all decide to have a small competition where they will split into small groups. Fios says that he will stay with the queen because he wants to protect her, but she refuses. After that, the queen starts explaining different plants to everyone. Meanwhile, Edel is trying really hard to become friends with Seema, and Seema also agrees. Then everyone goes off to do their own work, and after some time, time, they gather in one place again. Iris checks everyone's plants, but the plants Grossa collected are completely useless and cannot be eaten. In this competition, the Prince of Darkness wins because he has collected many plants, and that is also because Iris helped him a little. Then Iris says that they will also need water, and she knows a place where they can get clean water. All the boys go out to search for firewood. The Prince of Darkness says that he had no idea sunlight could feel this good. Fios tells him that as long as he is here, he should enjoy the sunlight properly. After that, everyone starts preparing the food, but suddenly, Idal says that Toyo is missing. Toyo is the name of that little child, so everyone starts searching for him. While looking for Toyo, the Prince of Darkness reaches Iris, but suddenly, his foot hits a stone, and both of them fall straight into the water. Iris does not mind it at all, and says that Toyo has probably gone back to the same place where they first met. On the other side, Fios and Idal find Toyo. In the next scene, everyone is sitting together and peacefully eating the plants, and they actually like the taste. Then we see Idal receiving a letter from the Dark Kingdom. After that, the Prince of Darkness is talking to Idal, and Idal says that it seems like he has gone completely crazy in love with her. Just then, Fios arrives and says that he has come to take both of them because now it is time for them to return to the Dark Kingdom. But both of them say that they want to say goodbye to Queen Iris one last time. Fios agrees to their request. Now, both of them are sitting in front of Queen Iris. Idal explains that the Dark Kingdom wants to form a trading alliance with her. After hearing this, Iris gives him a letter that he must deliver to the Dark Kingdom. But suddenly, Idal starts acting strangely. A voice comes from inside him saying, "Do you really think all of this will fix everything?" Then Idal's body begins to transform and he starts looking like a terrifying demon. After that, he moves forward to attack Queen Iris. She tries to stop him, but just as Idal is about to kill Iris, the Prince of Darkness suddenly pulls out his sword and cuts Idal in half. Seeing all of this, Fios grabs the Prince of Darkness by his hair, throws him to the ground and starts beating him. The Prince of Darkness does not even try to defend himself. After that, they tie him up. On the other side, Grossa also hears that the special envoys who had arrived have been arrested, and one of them has been killed. Then we see Fios sitting alone, still thinking about everything that happened. Just then, Sima comes there, and he says that he feels this war is going to continue forever. After that, we see Iris sitting in front of the Rune of Founder. She says that she does not understand anything and cannot end all this hatred. The rune tells her that it understands, but she must choose whose help she wants to give. Then we see the Prince of Darkness inside the prison. As his eyes slowly open, he begins to remember everything that happened to him. He also thinks that if he had not saved Queen Iris, maybe the Black Kingdom could have gained some advantage. After that, a white cat appears and helps the Prince of Darkness escape from there. He is shocked to see that this cat is helping him run away. Both of them escape across the rooftops. After going a little further, the cat turns back into Queen Iris. She is about to faint and fall, but the Prince of Darkness catches her. Then both of them decide that they will establish peace in the entire world. After that, he takes his sword and leaves. Queen Iris returns to her castle, but she is still thinking about the Prince of Darkness. She thinks that he was a very mysterious person, but when she met him for the first time, she became sure that this was the person who would one day become the King of Darkness. After that, Fios and Sima appear in front of the Queen. Fios says that the situation is becoming very different now, and he wants to stay by her side and protect her. Then we see Iris sitting on her throne, looking extremely tired. Seeing this, Fios says that her condition seems very bad, so he should do something to help her recover quickly. He says that she is the most important person to them, because the White Kingdom is still standing because of her. But Iris says that she will recover on her own. She also tells Fios to keep an eye on all the mages and knights. After that, Fios comes outside and tells Sima that he is still very worried about the Queen. He decides to leave in order to save her, but Sima tells him that he cannot abandon the knights like this. Fios says that Queen Iris comes first for him, and tells Sima to take care of the knights. After that, Fios goes to the leader of the elves and says that after fighting Baal, Iris-sama has become extremely exhausted. To heal her, they need the Drop of Splendor. Hearing this, Fios is shocked and asks where they can find it. The elf leader says that finding the Drop of Splendor is not easy at all, but they will still try. Here, Fios lies and says that he has already taken Iris's permission. Meanwhile, Sima is making all the mages do magic training. Now Fios and the elf leader reach a cave to search for the Drop of Splendor. From here, the scene changes, and we see the Prince of Darkness trying hard to enter the Black Kingdom, but he has been banned from going inside. After that, he starts practicing with Veles, and Veles tells him that whoever, inside this kingdom, whoever has the most darkness becomes the next king of darkness, and all of us have to obey him. While both of them are talking like this, they continue practicing, but suddenly Grossa arrives and tells them that the king has ordered her to tame many magical beasts. Veles immediately understands that there must be some kind of emergency, so he goes in front of the king. After that, we see Groza and the Prince of Darkness arriving near those magical beasts, but they defeat them very easily. Seeing this, Grossa says that these cannot be the real ones because they were far too weak. But suddenly, more magical beasts appear, and they go straight after the Prince of Darkness. Just as they are about to attack him, Grossa saves him, but while doing this, she falls into a deep pit. The Prince of Darkness grabs her hand and, with his other hand, stabs his sword into the stone. Using that sword, both of them slowly slide down. As soon as they reach the bottom, a very dangerous monster suddenly appears. Seeing it, Grossa attacks it with her magic, but it has no effect at all. This monster looks extremely terrifying, which means both of them are now in serious trouble. On the other side, we see the White Kingdom, where many magical beasts are about to attack. This means the alliance talks between both kingdoms are slowly falling apart. Meanwhile, Fios has also gone deep inside the cave to save Iris. Then Iris heads out to fight the beast from the Dark Kingdom, and all the mages are supporting her. Sima has also deployed everyone, and now they are fully ready to fight. On the other side, Fios and the elf leader cannot find a path ahead, so the elf leader uses his magic, and they discover a hidden route. Then we see a woman from the White Kingdom who is extremely scared because many beasts from the Dark Kingdom are standing in front of her. But suddenly, a knight from the White Kingdom arrives and tells her to leave, saying that he will handle them. Meanwhile, Fios and the elf leader get stuck in one place. The elf leader gives Fios some magical balls, and when Fios throws them forward, huge explosions happen, but the path still does not open. After that, Fios uses his own power too, but even that does not make much difference. But as soon as Fios attacks the crystals in front of him with his sword, they begin to glow, and the door ahead opens. When they move forward, they see a huge pond in front of them. As Fios steps ahead, the elf leader stops him and says that this water is extremely powerful, so he should not go any further, or he could get burned. But Fios does not listen because he carries the responsibility of Queen Iris. He has even handed his own position over to Sima, so he has to do this for both of them and for his kingdom. After entering the water, his body begins to burn, but in the end, he still manages to reach that thing. In the next scene, we see Queen Iris casting a spell together with everyone, and because of that, a shield forms around the entire kingdom. But this causes Queen Iris to faint. Fios also sees the shield and understands that Queen Iris must have used a huge amount of her power to create it. Then we are shown the Prince of Darkness, who is still fighting that dangerous monster while Grossa is backing him up. After some time, both of them finally manage to defeat it. After that, the Prince of Darkness asks if they will ever be able to go to the White Kingdom again. Grossa says that after everything that has happened, she does not think they will ever be able to go there again. To celebrate defeating the monster, both of them sit together and eat. The Prince of Darkness still remembers Velas's words and says that he does not accept all of those things. Grossa tells him not to worry because she will always be with him. After that, she asks him if the Queen of Light is in his heart. The Prince of Darkness answers her, and after hearing his answer, tears appear in Grossa's eyes because she also likes the Prince of Darkness. In the next scene, we see Fios returning to the White Kingdom. He gives the drop of splendor to Sima, and then Sima sprinkles it on the Queen. Toyo also comes there and asks how Queen Iris is doing. After that, Sima tells Fios that their shield will not last for much longer because it has already become very weak. Then everyone starts preparing their army. Iris is praying in front of the Rune of Founder. Just then, Fios arrives and says that he will not let the people of the Dark Kingdom touch her because she is much more than just their queen. Hearing this, Queen Iris thanks him, but he says there is no need to thank him and tells her that she should go and rest for a while. Then we see the Black Kingdom, where many ships are flying above it. Seeing this sight, the Prince of Darkness is shocked. When he comes out of his house and walks around the area, he hears people talking about a dangerous final battle that is about to happen between the White Kingdom and the Black Kingdom. The ships are moving forward at high speed, and then one man tells the Prince of Darkness that if all of this becomes his one day, then please reduce all the taxes. But suddenly, knights from the Dark Kingdom arrive and tell the Prince of Darkness to come with them. Then we are shown the White Kingdom, where Fios says that the entire White Kingdom is about to turn into a battlefield very soon. They tell Toyo to escape from there so he can stay safe, but he refuses to leave and says that as long as they have the Queen of Light, no one can harm them. Iris is sitting on her throne and remembering the past, when she and the Prince of Darkness promised that together, they would establish peace between both kingdoms. Then we see the Black Kingdom's army moving rapidly toward the White Kingdom, and the knights of the White Kingdom also get ready to fight them. Seeing this, Iris also arrives, and then they all begin fighting the beasts from the Black Kingdom. The main unit stands on top of the castle and tries hard to stop the beasts from the Dark Kingdom. Sima is also using her magic to stop them. In the next scene, we see the King of Darkness and the Queen of Light standing face to face, which means a very dangerous fight is about to begin between them. The mages also create a barrier to protect their castle. Then we see Fios fighting the soldiers of the Black Kingdom, but suddenly Velas arrives and says that he is a knight of the Black Kingdom. As soon as he says this, he launches a powerful attack on Fios. Meanwhile, Iris is fighting the King of Darkness. She says that she has fought him countless times, so many that she does not even remember the number anymore. The King of Darkness Darkness tells her that she does not need to be afraid because he is going to paint everything black. Both of them use their magic to defeat each other, and seeing them fight feels like someone turned on dark mode on one side of a phone and light mode on the other. Suddenly, we notice that the White Kingdom's shield breaks, and many beasts from the Dark Kingdom have taken control over the mages there. Then we see the fight between Fios and Veles. Both of them are fighting in an extremely intense way, but Fios is losing this battle. Suddenly, a twist comes in, and Fios starts releasing magic from his body. He now looks much stronger than before, but even after that, he cannot stand properly against Veles. Veles tells him that he is truly very weak.